Hello, I'm Cody McCoy, and this is my introduction video. A little bit about myself and the school I teach at. This is my 5th year teaching, all of which have been at Washington High School in Kansas City, Kansas. I do have another role within the building. I am the Freshman Academy Coordinator, which means that I help handle discipline and all things that go on for freshmen at Washington High School. Washington is a low-income school. About 80% of our students are on free or reduced lunches, and there's about 1,100 students in the school, which this year the district has committed to splitting up into career academies. So this is our first year within career academies as a part of our Diploma Plus program, and one of their commitments is to having a freshman academy. So at Washington, we have about 350 freshmen who have been separated as much as they could from the upperclassmen to help them transition to high school. One of the commitments to the Freshman Academy is that class sizes in core classes for freshmen are less than 20 kids. And it has been wonderful having such small class sizes, I must say. We are a one-to-one district. Every student has the opportunity to have a laptop, which is amazing. However, one-to-one in Kansas City, Kansas tends to fall a little short, especially at Washington High School. I can't speak for the other buildings in the district, but at least at Washington, I would say about 90% of our students have a laptop, which is a good number, but it could be a little bit better. I'm also not sure if that's typical within other districts that are one-to-one or if other districts provide a laptop to every single student. The issue with one-to-one is that our students sometimes can't pay the fee to get a laptop. And if you can't pay the fee, you can do community service, but then they have to find a way to complete 8 hours of community service on their own time. And so that is like my first criticism, is that I feel like one-to-one could be more supported within our district. Maybe we provide loaner laptops or a checkout cart where students could check out computers for at least a class period or a day, but we don't do that right now. We also have what seems to be divided philosophy within some of our leadership positions when it comes to simple things, but things that are important, like email. We've recently switched over to Google for a lot of things, and now the district has provided all of us with Gmail accounts, and each student has a Google account, so we can set up Google Classroom, but we are still using Outlook for our email, so sometimes you'll receive things in your Gmail and sometimes you'll receive things in your Outlook, and overall it's just not very conducive to staying streamlined and staying organized. Our support software, things like our gradebook and especially our attendance software is extremely dated and very cumbersome to use. We are committed to having technology in the classroom, and we are committed to having technology as a part of our students' everyday lives, but we fall short when it comes to maintaining that technology, which is an issue. One example of this is that, at least at the high school level, if you have a projector and your bulb burns out, it takes 4 to 6 weeks for them to order a new bulb and repair it, rather than have them on hand where you could do it in a matter of days. And trying to teach 4 to 6 weeks without a projector is pretty difficult. And then at least at Washington, we have somewhat of an uneven distribution of technology. So some teachers have a lot of technology. Some people have iPads and Apple TVs, and others have document cameras, which are nice, and some of them don't have either of those, and they just have their laptop hooked up to a projector, doing the best they can with that, which can still be really effective, but they just don't have all of the tools that everyone else does. When it comes to myself personally, I do have a lot of the tools that I mentioned earlier. I have an Apple TV, and I have an iPad that the school provided for me. I have my MacBook Air, which is very nice. But when I think about myself critically, I have not been very innovative when it comes to the technology in my room. I describe myself as being stuck in the 20th century because although my students use laptops 90% of the class periods when they're in my room, and even though I use an iPad and Apple TV, I'm still having them do the same activities, just now on their laptop. And so that's one of the things I'm excited about this course, is to learn some different techniques and to be more comfortable trying new things when it comes to being innovative with technology in my room. When it comes to proposing a plan, I think that our district could be more focused. We have a lot of leadership in our district going a lot of different directions, all of which are great for our kids. But I think we could be more focused and all start heading in one direction when it comes to technology, and ultimately the outcome would be much better. As for the classroom technology, at least at Washington, I think that we should be a little bit more focused there too. We need to try to find out what works and what's going to be the best technology moving forward. And we need to commit to that. Rather than continuing to buy some people Apple TVs and iPads and some people document cameras, we need to choose one and stop purchasing the other items and just move forward with those. As a district, I think we need to fully commit to one-to-one. We need a laptop in every student's hand if we want our teachers to instruct that way, and if we want to truly move toward a paperless classroom and a paperless school and district, then we need to get a laptop in every student's hand somehow, some way. And then finally, we do not do very much professional development around technology in the classroom. We spend a lot of time talking about instruction, but we don't get very specific when it comes to technology. There are some obstacles, as with anything in a public school system. One of which is funding, right? That's the one that everyone always talks about first. I think that our district has the funding to do that, to really be committed to one-to-one. You just have to convince the right people that it's the right thing to do, and you may have to convince them that right now we are not very committed to one-to-one. For example, I have often wondered if we need to buy MacBook Airs for every student, or if we'd be better served buying Chromebooks that are a little bit cheaper, so maybe the insurance cost is lower, so that maybe every student could actually get one. Or maybe we provide Chromebooks as a checkout if we are moving to Google and a lot of the things we're doing is on the internet, then they don't necessarily need the MacBook Air to do that. Some of the obstacles is teacher training, right, and professional development, and making sure everyone knows how to use the tools that they're provided so that our kids get what they deserve when it comes to being exposed to new technology. And then some of the district challenges, right, outside of funding, is that there's a lot of moving parts in a district our size. We have 5 high schools, over 40 schools total. So there's a lot of leadership, there's a lot of different plans going on at one time, and you really have to make sure you communicate with each other and everyone's on the same page. There's a lot of great ideas, and we have a lot of great people in leadership positions in our district, but we really need someone to just make a decision, and all of us get behind it and head one way or another. That is ultimately what would be best for the district and for the kids. I look forward to learning about how I can use technology more innovatively in my class and how I can help my colleagues use technology more innovatively. And I look forward to getting to know all of you this semester in this class. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys next time.